So welcome to the new episode of this class Moodle LMS. So Moodle is a new platform which we can use for the learning management systems, which is using for different purpose. So the Moodle today we are using for the learning management systems. So today I am going to show the administration point of view, the part 1. How do we start Moodle LMS for your college and universities and schools for an individual also. So the Moodle, how do we start this Moodle? The Moodle is an open source web-based course management system. So as we know this, we are in the pandemic, so many colleges, universities, so there is no direct contact with the students, so there is no physical classrooms. So if you don't have physical classroom, or if you have a physical classroom, it's not an issue, but the management, course management is a very big headache for the teachers and the back office. So if we use such a web-based course management system, which is easy to evaluate the students, and you can also see the student progress, and you can also see the students performance based reports also you can take it. So Moodle supports all these things. So Moodle is an open source web-based course management system. Open source means at free of cost, so you can install it. So in Moodle we have some service provider available. You can also hire them, or if you know that Moodle, if you know the SLAMP, so easily you can install it. It's an open source. So it is used by schools and college and universities nowadays for their learning management systems. So you can also use this Moodle for it. So what is Moodle? The Moodle stands for Modular Object Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment. So it's a modular based, which means you can add any module whichever is required. So you can easily remove the module, and easily you can add the module whenever is required. So what is object oriented concept? As you know, as a programmer, you know object oriented, easy to create a new instance based on the parent instance. So it's very easy to duplicate it. This Moodle is written in PHP. So PHP also is open source server based script. So the Moodle is written in PHP only. So the module development is very simple if you know PHP. And the Moodle you can also run on a different web server, as you know that IIS and Apache servers. So both web servers you can run this Moodle application. So when you go for the installation, the Moodle as a server, as an administrative point of view, so you must know the server specifications such as hardware and software. So what is the hardware is required? So hardware specification is very important one. The server is the Moodle mostly typically installed on Linux server. You can also use Windows server, and you can use this Apache as a web server, MySQL is the database, PHP is a server-side scripts which you called LAMP technology. Sometime we may also use WAMP also, Windows MySQL PHP, or IIS also you can use it. So which is based on your server selections, but Linux is the best one, recommended one for the Moodle process. So what is the hardware part? So the hardware part, the disk space 200 MB for the Moodle code, plus as much as you needed to store content. So 5 GB is probably realistic minimum data we needed. For processors, so we have a dual core processors is recommended. So for the virtual memory, we need 8 GB plus is like to large production servers when you number of users are high. So the architecture when you create a Moodle is you have to create a separate application server and database server. So it is much easier to fine tune your servers when you're getting more traffics. So even you get more detail about these Moodle installations. This link also I given below. You can also see the link. And what are softwares? In software side, we are not going to pay anything. You can download .moodle.org where you can download it for the Windows server. For the Linux servers, you can git clone Moodle versions what you want, which stable you want to download it, and you can take it from there and download it this one. So the software side also is very simple. The next video I will show you how do we do that practically, how do we do that Moodle installations on a Linux server, so we can learn more about in the practical cases. So but Moodle is very useful one, open source learning management system. It is very useful and cost effective one. And when you choose the servers, so you can go with the different type of servers nowadays we have. So this Moodle you can set up on site, on premises, in locally which is located, and on cloud. There are too many service providers available: Amazon, DigitalOcean, Google Clouds, Azure, Linode. So these are all the service providers available. You can choose it, and the cloud planning is you have to carefully choose it, which is based on your requirements, number of user, how to use this Moodle, for what purpose you are going to use, how many courses are there, how many users are there. So based on that, you may choose the on cloud plan. On site, that is also depends on the same method. So thank you for watching. We'll see the next video, practical things.